Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, we're going to utilize the scrolls, tarot, and oracle. And as well, we have Ghost Tube here kicking as usual for some audio inspiration. So please do receive or release freely. I'm still a little under the weather, but it sounds worse than it is, so don't mind the stuffiness. We're going to do something a little fun. We're going to do a pick a scroll or pick a pile, pick a card, whatever you feel. But I'm going to move through the pile as it happens in the moment. So you're welcome to open up with me or skip right to the timestamps below if you have an idea. If one's standing out, or 3, 2, or in a sequence, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. Don't feel that you have to just pick one, or if you want to see the story come together as it may feel for you. So,
spirits are here.
Spirits are here. So I'm going to take a moment to open up. You're welcome to join me if you'd like. Taking a nice big breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception. Releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of those who are here with me today. Thank you. Thank you for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in the aura of your day. So we're going to go ahead for pile 1. If you're here for pile 1, if this is what you're feeling, I'm going to grab some scrolls. And here's the juicy twist. I'm going to grab from all 3 piles, but your pile is pile 1. All right. Back up. Okay. You know the drill as well. I will show you so you can see, sense, and feel for yourself, as that is the primary focus versus listening to my yammerings. Let's see if this gives us some light. Better? Worse? Ugly? There it is. All right. So if the words stand out to you, or if the ink blots, any shapes or symbols stand out, I'm going to take a moment to tune in here. Pile 1. Ooh, I feel very strong in my stance. Very strong in my stance. Almost like I could dance a little bit. You know, if you're just going to break out into a dance, stop right there. I want to know right now. Very good boundaries. Very good boundaries. I also feel like I could be releasing something. When I say releasing something, it's from my root space. Yeah, it's something from the root space. Almost like I'm melting out. It kind of gives me that feeling of if you're, out in a forest camping or something like that, and you got to stand up to pee. That's kind of like relieving some pressure. There's also, I think they're loons. Ducks are loons. And those are coming together to communicate. I feel like I've been, or maybe you've been, but I'm going to stay in this space of I here. I feel like I've been kind of, how do I say? Okay, Puff the Magic Dragon, I see you.
This is my place.
Awesome, welcome. I feel very smart here. It's like a very smart dragon, old man kind of dragon feel, old wise sage, old wise mage. Not saying old in regard to an age per se, but in an archetype. Maybe it's in my subconscious. Is my subconscious expanding? This feels masculine and this feels feminine to me. Okay. Maybe you've been looking at expanding. There's something expanding coming through the subcon space, like you're receiving messages of some sort. And with this temperance, I'm going to call it the temperance trick because it's also sage in there with the Jupiter fire. Lots of Jupiter vibes going on here. Whatever it is that you care about. I feel like this is going to be a summer of soul for whatever that may mean to someone. Mitosis, destruction, transformation, and rebirth. Okay, that was a lot of cards. We're not going to do that. Stranded. Yeah, see, there's something I'm communicating with. I think it's subcon and conscious, or conscious and unconscious. There we go. Saturn. There's way too many cards there. This is something about moving from a time of Saturn, god of time, And time is actually expanding is the way I'm feeling it. And by having that space to open, to expand the subcrown, like open up the mind, something new can be born. Something new can be born. You might also be preggers. You might also have children. You might also have creations that are like your children, but they're not necessarily of the human aspect or human race type thing. There is a deeper meaning. Yeah, there's something else going on in regards to that bloodline when we were talking about root space, letting go, something that possibly at some point in time held me up. But I think I inherently have a gift. This is how I'm feeling right here. There's fire in it. There's what I am creating. Okay, give me a moment. I was very, very strict about something. Very, very strict about something. I might have even had a passing of something, someone. In that letting go,
please go.
It's like when your eyes cry, but this is like your root being is crying. Even with that dragonfly in there, where there is a deeper meaning. I'm a little nervous about making the connection with maybe a new partner, parts of myself, this, that, or the other. Something that's also can make me very passionate moving forward. And being asked to nurture it, to comfort it. There's the crying. As above, so below. Can I get, thank you. I'm going to wander into this dragon dude up here. Because there feels like there's an intelligence, some sort of angel-like presence that's coming through. Yeah, somebody has passed or something has passed. It's like, oh, maybe you've been through that. You're like, oh, it's just like a shot to the heart. And it's like, wow, this feels wise in this release. Yeah, there's that protection. Huh. So there might have been something where she did this to him type thing. Third party situation, whatever that third party is to you. It doesn't have to be in a typical relationship.
I want one.
Romance, that kind of feel. It doesn't have to be. But you might have been in a relationship and it didn't choose you. Or you didn't choose either. And you just kind of chose yourself. You're kind of like grieving that. Okay. A lot of Saturn energy coming through. A lot of Capricorn. Could be a Capricorn. Capricorn energy is what you're tuning into. Do you know what it makes me feel like? Yes, the wagon. Okay. This is making me feel like I'm moving on from something. And that's not to say that the person, place, or thing that I've moved from, or if there was a passing of a person, condolences, or even a part of yourself. It was time. And it's hard to trust that. It's hard to trust the divine timing of things. For some, it's a very specific archetype of an ego. But in order for me to move on, I feel as though I gotta trust again. Trust myself.
Please stop.
I know it's uncomfortable. Owl, wise seeing, wise action, the sacredness of pausing. Skull of darkness, blind spots. There's still a fear of something. Fear I might not connect with this person specifically if they've passed. If it's in relation to a job or something like that, it's like, I don't know that I have this doubt. I don't know that it's a fear, it's doubt. Am I not seeing everything? Even if I step into a relationship, am I asking the same questions? Am I asking the proper questions? That would get me the information that I want, but I don't know. The veil of the future, it's covered, but there's that red again. I want to trust again. And I hear that you will trust again. But it's almost like this is the time by this happening. But this expansive energy that is happening is for you to expand what maybe trust looks like. What it feels like to you. Can you trust yourself? 33, I am expanding. We've been talking about expansion. Any positive changes or projects you are considering right now will be worth your while. Expect that your power to manifest and create will be heightened.
Lost.
And this can be like, because I keep coming back to this card, like I'm not sure. Is this dragonfly going to bite? Is the dragonfly going to bite me? And yet I'm the one luring it in. Luring it not so much in a malicious way, but just, I'm putting the goodies out to attract this. I'm putting the nectar out. My nectar, it's like your blood is nectar, and it can attract things that can help you, that can support you in this transition from death to life and life to death, and varying aspects of this, and whatever you want to move towards, and whatever you want to explore and experience as you're expanding. And I'm allowed to hang my head down and cry. Hang your head up, Dooley. Hang. Yeah, you're allowed to do that. I don't know if somebody needs permission to as a reminder of that. Here? Because it's almost like as it pours through of the mind, it'll drip out of the bottom root of your being. Trust. I'm going to go with trust. I cannot say enough how the feeling is to trust the divine timing and the way things are happening. And to explore things that death has made. Because death is part of the creation. It's part of that process. And I know that doesn't mean we all need, even if somebody has transformed their beingness and they're no longer in physical reality, but they're now in a energetic reality, but they're still connecting with you. And it's like in that state, a new communication is being asked of.
There's 3.
So there's an expansion required of the subconscious space, or maybe the language that you might be accustomed to communicating with. I hope this makes sense. I feel like there is a lot of unknowns, but trust is what I'm hearing. I do hope this did serve. Thank you so much for being here with me. And we're going to move on to pile 2. Pile 2, welcome. If you've chosen pile 2, when you're ready. Thank you for being here with me, for sharing, and subscribing if you haven't already. Truly warms my haunted heart, and I'm grateful for you. And because we're having a little bit of fun. It's always nice to kind of tune into the intuitives and intellect in different ways, shapes, and forms than we might be accustomed to. Okay. I will reveal your scrolls so you can see, sense, and feel for yourself, of course. And you know the drill. If anything else stands out, please follow that. All right.
It's unknown.
Okay. I feel like a very large... It's not a bat. I don't know how to express it. Could be like dragon wings, because it feels like these whoosh, whoosh. Like I can hear the whooshes as these wings kind of like draw in. But the amount of force, power to generate that wingspan, like a boss. That's how I'm hearing that. Like a boss. You have Aries and Capricorn here. Like a boss, there's a balancing of both young and old. Yeah, balancing of both young and old. Weight and measures, I just heard. Weight and measures. What I love. There's a gate here. It's also a present. So this gate, this gate is quite an endearing little gate. It's almost like one of those gates. So all you do is have to pull the rod and the gate opens. But it looks complicated, but it's not complicated. Maybe this is something about the message through what you care about, what you want, what you desire. It's not complicated, but it's almost like it's wrapped in a way where it could appear to complicate and confuse people. Something about a gift, though, is coming through. Definitely a gift. Exploring wildness with a werewolf, dawn, the light after the darkness, and the night songs of your hidden talents. See how big this bird is? Like, I know I said dragon, but imagine if this was you in a scope of a person, and this is this bird. Okay, and even that bird with the owl here. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It's like being able to fly over. But as I'm in the light, because this wisdom is so large, it casts a large shadow. The shadow brings me into the hidden talent of the night song. And then I land, and it's like my heart, or the colors of red and green are standing out quite specifically. Quite specifically red and green. If those things mean anything to you. I had a natural inclination to say, you know, the root chakra and the heart chakra. For sure. And that might be.
You.
This feels like passion of earth existence. And I kind of get the feeling with this exploring wildness with the werewolf is in this gift. Because it's like that's where the gift comes out. And you have this hidden talent. So it's almost like by realizing the light after the darkness is where your hidden talent is revealed. And even as you transform in whatever it is that you're wishing to explore, your wildness and how it may relate and pertain to your gift, to your talent, it's in the darkness. It's because of what you've been through. There's a lot of empathy I'm hearing, not sympathies, empathy. Empathy for your own energy. I'm also seeing a goat tail. Like just the tail. Temperance. 5 of Wands. And the 8 of Swords. Yeah, see, there's something that is unleashing. I had to fight. I feel like I had to fight for something.
Beside you.
It's almost like the voice is in my head. Do I have this gift? Am I crazy? I am slowly going crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch. No, there's a butterfly in here. It's a stamp. Spirals of creation. And then it's something that's being covered. Something that was covered. What somebody or something might have put a lot of work into covering something up so you wouldn't go looking for it. Even though you might have had an inkling about something, maybe it's of a talent. It's okay to grow, evolve. It's okay. Yeah. It's like this mirror. See how in this card, there's in the mirror, there's all these keys. It's almost as if you had found this sooner than later, might not have had the space to protect it because it's something people want. Maybe you've also been through something. People like gravitate to you, but this doesn't feel like a positive gravitation, if I may. This feels like a needy or I want, obligation, responsibility, especially with the Emperor being here in Capricorn. It feels like there are other parties in certain positions or titles that I felt obligated to serve, just given by that. But I've realized something. But it's like
Healing.
the keys that I found, like they were hidden in another dimension. Sorry, can't even see it. They're hidden in another dimension. And you found them. But that doesn't mean to say that there's not... I'm hearing Tiffany in my head. I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. Maybe you feel alone because it's like to recognize maybe some prominent people in your life. Maybe it was a person, a job or a boss or a partner or a sibling or a parent, something along that lines. And you had to like fight your way through sovereignty of somehow, but inevitably it's you that freed yourself. But with the Eight of Swords here, do you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing it like the magician's trick. It's like that box where they put all the swords in and they think the person's, chopped up, chop suey, but you're not. You're the magician inside the box,
Holy
inside
water.
the box, inside the box. And you have been blessed. You have been blessed by you understanding something about your birthright. But this isn't entitlement. See, it feels like the energy is external to me when they're grabby. That energy has an entitlement. And I don't know why it's placed like that. But there's some sort of entitlement to your energy. When I'm in the sovereign of the space of the self, the sovereign space of the self, and it's like knowing my birthright. It's not an entitlement. It's something that possibly that was hidden from me on purpose so that these other energies couldn't get access to them until I was strong enough. I don't know what the case is. Maybe you would know, until I would be able to recognize how to protect it like nesting dolls. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. Familiar. Bond with your spirit animals coming through as well. Oh, I apologize. Again, another big bird. It's like the vulture will do cleaning up for you. Yeah, the vulture will do cleaning up for you.
Simon.
Interesting, because I just heard Simon Says as you said that. And now you don't play Simon Says anymore. 12:12, you are focused. Stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn dreams into reality. 12:12. Also 3:3, breaking down to a 3:3. And then you have here 4:4, I am supported. Your angels are encouraging you to continue your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. I feel like this is the reassurance I want. That's how it's making me feel. Is, in that saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Yes. Because you've already been squeezed. That's how it makes me feel. You've already been squeezed. So it's like receive the juices of that. Also something like Mayans coming through. You might have had quite the childhood. And but in this moment, as I'm saying that, instead of feeling encaged by it, I realized what I was cultivating that whole time. Some sort of super strength about something. It's like I was held. I feel like I was held back, and I thought that's because I was something else, and it wasn't. It was because somebody wanted what I had, and they were trying to figure it out. But it was in that other dimension. It was in that mirror. It was hidden for a reason, and now, it's like you get the ultimate supported presence of spirit, whatever that means to you. To protect your heart as you move into this birthright. And now it can't be taken away from you.
It's what I want.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to pile 3. If you'd like to join me. Pile 3. How are you? Welcome. Come on in. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe. And you were my haunted heart. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Number 3. I heard a corduroy. Maybe somebody's wearing corduroy, nostalgic about corduroy. I'm not sure. All right. You know the drill. Here are your scrolls if you'd like to take them into, if the words or any shapes or symbols stand out. Whew. Okay, powerful stuff here. Powerful passion, chariot, perception. There's a lot of work being done here. There's a lot of work. Something about origami as well.
I want to stay.
Yeah, you're welcome to stay. Origami. Give me a minute to figure out what that is. I had questions along the way and I stopped asking questions. Not because I'm not curious. I stopped asking questions. I think it's like to who I was asking questions to. I became very I feel very perceptive in this path 3. Also seeing a relationship happening here. Maybe there's something about your relationship or the way you step into relationships or resonances of relationships, romantic, platonic. Something about time as well. Time well spent. I feel like I care. About a lot of things. And when I say a lot of things, it doesn't mean like an abundance of a lot of things. Maybe you do. Maybe there is. I feel as though I care very deeply about the many parts of maybe one person, one thing. It's like a blanket is a blanket. It's the one thing, but then it also has a texture. Might also have a design. I know that's a very odd example, but I feel like it's just more than meets the eye, right? More than meets the eye. Kind of getting this feeling of I don't know. Like it's a weird thing. It's like when someone's stepping on something by accident, say the corner of this blanket that seems to be stepping forward. Okay? And somebody's accidentally stepping on it and they don't know that they're stepping on it, or maybe you're stepping on it and you're like, trying to pull the blanket. It's like, why? I'm trying to tug this blanket. Like, why aren't you moving? It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I've been stepping on it the whole time. I had no idea. But there's something in that moment of like fury, because it's like, what in the world could be causing this? But like, why isn't this blanket moving?
Kitchen.
And yet it's like, oh, there it is. So there was something like some sort of effort that felt infuriating. But then it was something so simple. And it was like, oh, now we can move on because I perceived the very thing. It's like, but then I can say, I can't believe they were stepping on it the whole time. I don't feel like it's a fault thing unless somebody was purposely stepping on your blanket. I don't know. And they thought it was funny. And it wasn't. But for me, I'm seeing like some sort of innocence. It's like, if something you feel like you're caught on something, or it's like a tug of war and you're not sure what something's taut on or stuck on, look down, like look around, look down a little bit. You might be surprised. Something might be caught on something or folded a certain way. I also feel like somebody's trying to lead you. When I say somebody, I feel like it's somebody in the afterlife or spirit. Sorry, I totally forget sometimes the camera I'm on. You're just staring at the top of my head. This air, like look down, look at the bottom of things, look at the root. It can be absolutely uncomfortable, but sometimes it's like, in a weird way, it's like, is somebody else stepping on your passions? I don't want to extend it out, but are you allowing that to happen? Maybe something needs to be communicated a little bit more clearly. Maybe it's a part of you. Yeah, something needs to change. Is there something in you that's like self-sabotaging your own passions? Get to the root of something. That's how I'm feeling. Because I just heard that saying, pitter patter, let's get at her. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Mischief and play. Yeah, it kind of just has that feel. Like, I don't know if it was just somebody wasn't expecting it, or if they might not have been doing it maliciously, but they're definitely. You might even have a spirit around your house. Maybe this is what it is. Maybe it's a spirit around your house that's hiding things, just kind of playing tricks on you, like perception, deception, almost. And you're
Nobody
like,
understands.
yeah, it's like, am I going crazy? Like, is my house haunted? Like, what's going on here? This mummy, this change. So I'm gonna self-impose this because that's how it's feeling. Is if I've been in any way sort of self-sabotaging, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm realizing my resonances. My perception is both of dark and of light, of the labyrinth of love, the labyrinth of life, whatever the case may be. What is that? Okay. Prelude. Interesting. Sweetness and synergy. So you see, something's coming forward, especially with the chariot there. It's like maybe you can't quite see it yet, or can't quite put your finger on it. That's, again, this kind of gives me like that haunted, like you can't quite put your finger on it, but something's coming towards you that is quite sweet and passionate. This could be a person. What is this? The undone. Interesting. Oh, you know what I think it might be? So, in relation to possibly like a haunting or something like that, they might have unfinished business. And you might have a similar story or something that can help them out. And that's why they're playing with you. Could also be a child. And maybe you just have a mothering energy, a fathering energy. You have a safe energy. You have a safe energy. That's what it's making me feel like. There might be a spirit in the house. They just have unfinished business. Play. Yeah, and they're just playing. How you want to interact with that is up to you, but nonetheless, there it is. Does this make sense? I feel like it makes sense to somebody. Yeah, see, this is so funny. They might come out at nighttime quite specifically. Sunday. It's almost like I want to find out the history of my home, or anything along that lines, because it's almost like the living and the dead are at odds with each other. Maybe you'll find like a Reiki practitioner or some sort of medium. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be looking for some sort of information of what happened. Like maybe you'll go to a local library or something along that lines. Yeah, I feel like she's my librarian. She's going to know something, or somebody's going to know something. There's like 3 generations here. 3 generations here. So it might be 3 generations ago something happened. Also, maybe something with the father or an uncle or something along that lines. They might have something with a neck. Because I feel like they're stranded there. They've been stranded there. And it might feel residual to you, but they feel stranded. It could be jumping on the bed as well. Like you make the bed, and if you have children, it's like your children are playing with them. You're not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Obviously, use your own discernment to make sure nobody's doing any trickery going on, right? Especially because little girl and little boy ghosts have Unfortunately, a reputation for possibly being a really good disguise for something otherwise. So I feel like you might want to call, not only do your own history and do your own work, your own legwork to find out something that may have gone on the property or around your property, but at the same time, knowing that, maybe reaching out for somebody else who may have an idea, work with that, and has a good reputation about it. So they're not conjuring up any more,
Black.
just chaos for no reason at all. Because I feel like everyone here is looking for calmness because there's safety here. Okay, so I got to go down the other rabbit hole that's happening. So if that wasn't your, okay, that's fine. Love is blooming, brave. Don't self-sabotage. This feels like in this relationship here, I'm perceiving something coming closer and closer to me. It's sweet, sweet success. Don't sabotage the love that is coming towards you. Unseen. Trust your growing potential. Yeah, see, something's coming towards you that's like, it's unseen right now. It's just out of the peripheral almost. Also, in relation to if the spirits in the house have been deemed positive and not otherwise, and you're deciding to work with them, because it reminds me of when I was a kid and I had this, like my mom was coming into her gifts, and I would get in trouble every night for playing with my toys on the shelf, which it was quite a high shelf, and I would every morning, stop playing with your toys at night. I'm like, I'm not. I had horrible nightmares. And I would see like things burning on the floor. It was just a horrible scene. But anyway, lo and behold, as my mom came into her gift and realized, oh, it was a little boy, Josh, who was around my age and loved my mom like a mom. So, and would play with my toys because that's what you would do. As I think we were both 6 or 9, and forgive me, it could be between 6 and 9. And so it's almost like, but through that, it helped her help me help him. Whole little Jerry Maguire situation going on. And so though something might be unseen and unknown, but it's like, it could be very loving. It could be very loving, and not necessarily to assume something is, just because it's otherworldly or existing in a different dimension that is trying to sabotage you. It could just be something could be misunderstood. At least that's how I'm feeling in relation to that. But if it's in regards to love, be brave. Allow the heart space to open. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Number 3, I am so grateful for your attention and awareness. And until next time, we'll do it again. I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.